Welcome back, scientists. I'm so excited because today we are starting a new science unit and it is all about food chains. Food chains. Food chains. What does that mean? Food chains? Let's look at the pictures. I've got a picture of a sun, a grasshopper, a frog eating a butterfly, and an owl. Food chains. Let's find out more. All right, so we know that you eat food to get energy. Why do you need energy? Think of some reasons why you need energy. You need energy to play, of course. You need energy to do your chores. You need energy to help your family. You need energy to learn. You need energy to get you out of bed in the morning. So you eat food to get energy so that you can live your life. Energy helps you run, walk, play, swim, jump, and exercise. We eat many different foods for energy. People and animals are consumers because we must consume or eat plants and animals for energy. Now, some of you may only eat plants for energy, which is fine. That means that you're a vegetarian. So you get your energy from plants. So remember, we're going to say this again. We eat many different foods for energy. People and animals are called consumers. Consumers. So I want you to say that with me. People and animals are consumers because we must consume. We must eat plants and or animals for energy. So people are consumers because they eat plants and animals for energy. Animals are consumers because they eat plants and animals for energy. So people and animals are consumers. We eat many foods for energy. We are consumers. Animals also eat food to get energy. Why do animals need energy? Take a look at these pictures. Does it give you any clues? Why do you think animals may need energy? Animals need energy to hunt, run, jump, climb, swim, and play. So they may need to run really fast to get away from a predator. They may need to run really fast or swim really fast to catch their next meal. And they also need to run and play. Some animals only eat meat or other animals. And these animals are called carnivores because they only eat meat. So say this fancy scientific vocabulary with me. Carnivore, carnivore, carnivore. Animals, some animals, some animals only eat meat and they are called carnivores. So animals that only eat meat are called carnivores. So alligators are carnivores because they only eat other animals. They don't eat any plants. That hawk is an example of a carnivore because it only eats other animals. It only eats meat. That lion is an example of a carnivore. It only eats meat. It only eats other animals. Are you a carnivore? No. Even if you eat meat, you still eat other things like fruits and vegetables. So you are not a carnivore. Even if you really like a nice big juicy steak or a nice big juicy hamburger, that's okay that you like meat, but it doesn't make you a carnivore. Carnivores only eat meat, and that's not you. So say it with me again. Carnivores only eat meat. Carnivore. Carnivores only eat meat. Can you think of some other animals that are carnivores? Ooh, what are some other animals that only eat meat? Can you think of any? Ooh, holy cannoli. Wow. So we have a tiger. We have a red fox. I didn't know that a red fox was a carnivore. We have that frog trying to eat that butterfly. We have that great white shark. We have a polar bear, and we have an owl. Oh my goodness, these are all examples of carnivores. These are all examples of animals that only eat meat. Some animals only eat plants, like grass, weeds, and flowers. These animals are called herbivores because they only eat plants. Say it with me: herbivore, 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 herbivore. So animals that only eat plants are called herbivores. All right, you may be an herbivore. If you're a vegetarian and you only eat what? Plants, then you might be an herbivore. If you do not eat any meat, we could call you an herbivore. So some animals only eat plants like grass, weeds, and flowers. These animals are called herbivores because they only eat plants. Can you think of some other animals that are herbivores? Can you think of some animals that only eat plants? Oh, look at that cute little bunny. That cute little bunny is an herbivore. It only eats plants. Look at that giant elephant. An elephant is an herbivore. It only eats plants. We also have a ram. We have a grasshopper. We have a giraffe. And we have a deer. These are all examples of herbivores. These are all examples of animals that only eat plants. Some animals eat both plants and other animals. These animals are called omnivores because they eat plants and animals. So some creatures eat plants and they eat meat, and those animals are called omnivores. So animals that eat plants and meat other animals are called omnivores. That's a little bit tricky. So if a creature like this raccoon eats other little animals, meat, and eats plants like an apple or other fruits or vegetables, they are an omnivore. So animals that eat both plants and other animals are called omnivores. Say it with me: omnivore, omnivore. If we add an S to the end, we know that there's more than one of them. Omnivores, omnivores. Animals are omnivores when they eat meat and plants. Let's take a look at some examples. We have the raccoon, we have an armadillo, and we have an octopus. Ooh, are you an omnivore? Do you eat meat and plants? I'm an omnivore. Can you think of some other animals that are omnivores? Ooh, okay. So we have pigs. Pigs are omnivores because they eat plants and meat. We have turtle. We have a skunk. We have a rooster. We have a lizard. And we have a little girl. So that little girl is an omnivore. So she eats, look, a burger, which is meat that came from an animal. And she's eating some plants. There's some vegetables on there too. Plants also need food. Plants are called producers. Say that word with me: producer, producer. Plants are producers because they make their own food using air, water, and light energy from the sun. So they get their energy from the sun. So you know that that plants can make their own food by using sunlight and photosynthesis, the scientific process when plants make their own food, their own sugar. So plants that do that are called producers because they make their own food. They use energy from the sun, air, and water, and they make their own food. They are called producers. Say it with me. Producer. Producer. Plants also need food. Plants are producers because they make their own food using air, water, and light energy from the sun. All animals must find food to survive. Food provides them with, what do you think food gives to animals? Energy! All animals must find food to survive. Food provides them with energy. You're an animal. You need food to survive. You need food because it gives you energy. Energy can be transferred or moved from one living thing to another. That's a little bit tricky. This is called a food chain. Energy can be moved from one living thing to another. This is called a food chain. Let's take a closer look. Okay, so here we have the sun. The sun is giving energy to that plant. The plant is making its own food. And then, oh my goodness, what's happening now? The ladybug is eating that leaf. Now the ladybug is getting its energy from the plant. Uh-oh, what do you see happening? That lizard is going to eat that ladybug. So now the lizard is getting energy from the ladybug because the lizard's going to eat the ladybug and he's going to get some energy. Oh my, what's going to happen next? Now that snake is going to eat that lizard. So now the snake is getting energy from that lizard because he's going to eat the lizard. And last but not least, at the top of this food chain is that big hawk. And that hawk is going to eat that snake and get energy from the snake. Wow, let's go through it again. The sun gives energy to the plant. The plant gives energy to the ladybug. The ladybug gives energy to the lizard. The lizard gives energy to the snake. And the snake gives energy to the hawk. Wow, that is a food chain. So the hawk eats the snake and gets energy. But the snake ate the lizard and got his energy from the lizard. The lizard ate the ladybug and the ladybug gave him energy. And where did the ladybug get its energy? From the plant. Good job. Wait a second. Where did the plant get its energy? If you said the sun, ding, 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 you are correct. All food chains begin with light energy from the sun. So at the beginning of every food chain is the sun. All food chains begin with light energy from the sun. These plants use the sun's energy, the light energy, to make their food. What do you think will happen next in this food chain? So I see the sun giving energy to the plants, and the plants use the sun's energy to make their food. What do you think will happen next? The grasshopper is going to eat the plant. So if you said a bug was going to eat the plant, ding, 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 you are correct. The plant's energy is transferred to the grasshopper. It's moved to the grasshopper. When the lizard eats the grasshopper, the energy is transferred to the lizard. So the lizard eats the grasshopper, and now the lizard has energy. What will happen if an animal catches and eats the lizard? What do you think will happen? What if another animal catches and eats the lizard? The lizard's energy will be moved to that animal. Oh my goodness, you are doing great. All right, my friends, we are going to stop here, and I hope that you are looking forward to hearing more about food chains and more about animal habitats. When I say an animal habitat, I mean where animals live. Some examples would be the ocean, the tundra, the grasslands, the rainforest, the desert, and the forest. All of these examples of habitats each have food chains happening. I can't wait to see you scientists soon. Great job!